So the course for the Indian Pacific wheel race we've constructed it so that it's not the fastest way across Australia. We're not interested in records from Fremantle across to Sydney. We've got no interest in that. We want to construct an adventure that people are just going to love. And so we've kind of set it up so that it's got phases like a grand tour. So we're starting out with a section across the Nullarbor, a vast treeless plain that's very arid, very remote, and not too many services out there. And it's reasonably flat too. People say, oh, it's not flat, but it's reasonably flat. So there's phase 1, sector 1 is the desert. Sector 2 is the rolling hills through South Australia. So you're going to be heading through amazing winery districts, famous winery districts, through the Clare Valley, the Barossa Valley, and then also the Adelaide Hills, which is the scene for so many Tour Down Under battles between the pros. So you got that's sector 2, rolling hills through the wineries. Sector 3 is going to be the Great Ocean Road. Now this is a stretch of road that's just famous. It's one of the most iconic drives in Australia, and it's a route that bike tourists from around the world just all love riding. So step 3 is Great Ocean Road. Section 4, and then section 4 is going to be the mountains. So sure, you can get through the desert, you can get through all the rolling hills and the Great Ocean Road, but then can you hold it together for a hilly 1,200 kilometre K ride through the mountains to finish? It's not going to be easy with a lot of Ks in the legs. One of the other things that I wanted to do with this race that a lot of these other events don't do is I wanted to ride straight through all of the major cities, all of the Australian capital cities down south and on the east. So the route's going to go straight through Adelaide, right through the centre of Adelaide. And so this is a tie back to the history of these rides, where when the original overlanders were doing these rides, one of the things that was, can you hear that at all? All right, we just had to break a little bit there for stage 5, which was pelting rain, which you'll also experience because we're going to be riding through Melbourne. So if you thought Australia was going to be all sunshine and happiness and no rain or anything like that, you can speak to anyone who did the Race to the Rock, because they were just caught in bogs in the desert for 2 weeks. Anyway, back to stage 4, which is the mountains. So sure, you can ride through the desert more or less on a flat course, but can you hold it together for 1,200 kilometres through the Australian Alps to finish? We're going to be bringing in some pretty tough climbs over that final stretch. So that's sector 4, the mountains. So you can see we've got 4 nice sectors in there which have like a totally different style of riding. You've got time trialing, you're going to have power climbs, and then you're going to have high mountain stuff to finish. So I think for a race course it's going to be amazing. And in terms of an adventure, if you're going to be riding around Australia, I think it's probably, it's an amazing route to follow.